welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a special video showing you guys my morning routine. As you guys probably know, I love being productive, I love having a schedule and a routine, and I feel like it's so important for everyone to find a morning routine that works for them. Your morning is what sets up your whole day, and I know for a fact from experience that when I've had no morning routine, or when I just wake up and get right on my phone, or when I sleep in and I didn't go to bed at a good time, and all of that stuff, it just adds up into not being a great day. So I really believe that morning routines can improve your life so much. So that's why I wanted to share with you guys some of my tips. I asked you guys if you had any questions specifically regarding like how I stay organized, how I stay motivated and focused, and kind of like how I've built my morning routine and what I do every morning. So I'm gonna answer your questions about that. But everything you've seen in the video so far is basically what I do for my morning routine. So I wake up around 7 a.m. I work out like 3 to 5 times a week, so not every single day, but the mornings that I work out, I usually shower afterwards because I'm usually sweaty and gross. And then I will do my skincare routine, make a chai, make some breakfast. And I've been wanting to incorporate little things into my life. I need to grab my chai really fast. Okay, much better. That just kind of elevate my life, make things feel a little bit more elevated. I don't really know what other word besides that. And something that I've added in that I think really makes me feel bougie are these green tea eye masks. You guys have probably seen me wear them a lot on, I think I wore them in my last vlog and in my Instagram stories, but they are the BAREMINERALS green tea gel eye masks. They're so hydrating. They help so much with puffiness. I feel like my face has been getting very puffy lately, and especially my eyes between allergies and just like the seasons kind of changing. They kind of just cool my whole face down and hydrate and just make me feel more refreshed and ready for the morning. So I love throwing these on while I'm making a chai, while I'm making breakfast, and I feel like they just boost your mood a little bit and add that extra little touch onto your morning routine. You know what I mean? Huge thank you to BAREMINERALS for sponsoring this video. Absolutely obsessed with their brand, and this is part of their Skin Longevity skincare line, which I am so in love with. And I wanted to show you guys quickly the products that come in the collection. They're clean ingredients. They smell like heaven. I wish I could explain to you guys what this serum smells like because I am completely obsessed with it. It smells very clean and like almost citrusy, but still subtle. It's honestly, I might say it's the best smelling serum that I've used. It just, something about it I'm obsessed with. It also is just very hydrating, and their whole goal for this Skin Longevity skincare line is to help you have younger looking skin. So to reduce fine lines and to reduce signs of aging. I'm all about preventative skincare and, you know, taking those preventative measures so that as you get older, your skin will look young still. Our skin is just so important. I've been so obsessed with skincare for like 2 years now because I just realized how important it is to take care of our skin. And I just love that they have clean ingredients and that they really like put in the work to make sure that their products are just the best they can be. So then they also have this Long Life Herb Night Treatment, which is basically a moisturizer. And to be honest, I've used this during the daytime too, although it is a nighttime treatment. It is so hydrating, such a beautiful texture and smell. It's kind of like a gel-ish texture. And because fall and winter is coming, I feel like my skin has just been extra dry. So that's why I have even used this in the daytime, because I just feel like it's like very hydrating and just soaks into my skin, especially the days I don't wear makeup. I like to wear this. And then they also have this eye treatment, which is an anti-aging eye treatment, and it's meant to strengthen the skin around that delicate area of your eyes. So basically all of this, like I said, is meant to strengthen your skin. I also love that it's just like minimal, beautiful packaging. Looks beautiful in your bathroom, sitting on your vanity. And these just come in like little sleeves. I think one box comes with like 6 pairs of the eye patches. I'm telling you, you will feel bougie. You just leave them on for 15 minutes. You can even put them in the refrigerator if you want them to be like extra cool, but they're honestly very cooling on their own. I absolutely love those products. I'll have them linked in the description if you guys want to check them out. I think you guys will absolutely love them. I'm very picky about skincare, so anything that I recommend to you guys, any company that I'm working with, you can guarantee that I have tried it, I love it, and I would highly recommend it to you because I have a lot of random skin issues like acne and dry skin, so if something does not work for me, I'm not recommending it. So anyway, highly recommend. check it out below. I'm actually gonna get ready, put some makeup on. When I get back, I'm going to answer a bunch of your questions about staying productive and like go more in depth on my morning routine and give you all the details. Hello guys, I'm back. Let's get into it. I always say I could talk about these conversations or these topics for so long because, I don't know, I'm passionate about this kind of stuff, and my goal in talking about any of this stuff like productivity, routines, is to help any of you out there who want to be more productive. I never want to make anyone feel like they're not productive enough or like, oh, I'm not doing enough. If anything, I just want to help you to just be your best self. And the reason I say that is because sometimes I've watched some people's content, and even though I know it's my own, I guess, fault for feeling this way, I'll just feel like, oh my gosh, they do so much, like I could never be that productive or like get that much stuff done. I just want you to remember what you see on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, it really is a glimpse into people's life. It's not their whole life. And although I do consider myself like a motivated, productive person, I totally have my days where I'm just like not feeling it. I don't stick to my routine, where, you know what I mean? So I just want you guys to know that. Never feel like bad or guilty for like having an off day or like, you know, an off week. It's totally fine. There's always tomorrow, and just take every day as it comes. And with these tips, again, I don't want to overwhelm you. I just want to give you a bunch of different tips and just take what you like from it and take what you feel like would work for you in your life, and like start small and just work up your way into having like this routine you like, instead of being like, oh my gosh, I want to like flip my whole schedule around and, you know, have this whole new routine by tomorrow, because unfortunately, that's not how it works. It's a process. I just wanted to put that little PSA out there. I have a list on my phone of some stuff you guys had asked me. The first thing is someone said, how to have a productive morning routine that is not 3 hours long. So, like I said, everyone should find what works for them. A morning routine is yours. Don't compare it to anyone else's. Whatever works for you and your schedule is great. If you have to go to work at 6 a.m., it's like, chances are you're not going to wake up at 4 a.m. and do a 2-hour morning routine. As long as you have a bit of a schedule and a routine, it could even be 10 minutes long, that's helpful. Like I said earlier in the video, your morning is going to set you up for your day, so it really is important. I feel like the number one tip I want to give you guys, which has been one of the hardest things I've ever done, and I'm still not perfect at it, is not checking your phone right when you wake up in the morning. And I know you've probably heard that before, and it's like, yeah, whatever. But I was actually just watching this TikTok. I think it was a doctor, not positive, need to fact check that. But she was basically saying when you check your phone first thing in the morning, like your brain is different at the very beginning of the morning. It's very like malleable. And when the first thing you do is consume information, whether that's your emails, the news, TikTok, Instagram, when you just get like, immediately when you wake up, when you do that, you are kind of letting stress, negativity, and chaos rule your day from that point forward. You know, I don't know exactly if that's the way she said it, but that's essentially what she was saying, is that the first like 10 to 15 minutes of your day are very important. And even if you just innocently, like, you know, you're trying to wake up and you just get on TikTok because that kind of wakes you up, like even if you're not seeing anything negative necessarily, it's going to kind of hinder your productivity and start your day off on not the best note that you could have started it on. Whereas if you just got up and drank a big glass of water and just kind of like sat for a second in silence, that is way more helpful for your mental health, for your brain, to kind of like start your day off calmly. That's my number one tip, is to not get on your phone first thing in the morning. I know this is extremely hard, and I know pretty much like, I feel like car alarm's going off. I don't think it's ours though. I need to check if that is ours. Oh, okay, nope. I feel like 90% of people do this, maybe more, especially people like my age. And it's a really, really hard habit to break. I'm not joking. It's probably the hardest habit I've ever tried to break. And I'm still not perfect, and I'll still totally cave in, and just like when I'm really tired, I'll just get on my phone. But that's my number one tip. If you take one thing away from this video and you want to start implementing something new into your routine, try that. And I promise you will see a difference in your mornings and in your days. People also asked how to stay off your phone. It's so hard, because it's like, unfortunately, there's not a specific answer. If there was and I could just give it to you, I would. The answer is to just not get on your phone. And people will say like, oh, replace it with a different habit. So have something else that you're gonna do instead of just like, oh, I'm just gonna wake up and like, I guess do, see where the morning takes me. It's like, if you have something in your mind, like, no, in the mornings, I get up and I go straight to get a drink of water and I read for 10 minutes. Something like that to replace it with what you would normally get on your phone. That's helpful to have that in mind, but the reason that we get on our phones every morning is because it's very easy. The blue light literally like starts to wake you up and it's the easy thing to do. So it's hard to break that habit, and there's no specific thing that's like, oh, if you do this, it will be a really easy transition. Unfortunately, I think it really is just a hard habit to break, but if you do have something in mind that you're gonna do instead, I think that is helpful. Okay, so someone says, what are some small steps to becoming more productive? Sometimes it feels overwhelming. And I totally agree. If you are thinking of all the different possibilities of ways you could be productive, it does get overwhelming and it feels like, oh my gosh, that's so daunting, especially if you're in a place right now where you feel like you're struggling being productive. A tip that I really like is setting a timer on your phone for like 10 to 15 minutes and just starting something. And this is another tip, is to be in a clean, organized space. I feel like if your house or your room or your bathroom, anything is like extremely messy or disorganized, it's hard to feel productive because there's always just this thing, at least for me, this thing like weighing over me that it's like, okay, even if I'm getting stuff done for work or for my personal growth or anything, if my house is a mess, I just feel like, oh, there's like something weighing over me. And if it was clean and organized, I would feel even more productive. So I feel like that's another huge tip, is to keep your house clean and organized. And a way that I feel like you can do this is the timer little trick. So basically just setting your timer on your phone for 10 to 15 minutes and start cleaning. You saw me do this in the morning. I either do it in the morning or at night. I would actually prefer to do it at night so that I wake up and like my house is just clean. That would be ideal because I feel like that would give me an even better feeling. But sometimes we'll watch a show until late and we're just tired and like whatever, we just don't get to it. I would highly recommend either doing a 10 to 15 minute cleanup at night or in the morning. This will help you feel so much more productive. It will start getting, you in that headspace where you're getting things done and you're not stressed and overwhelmed because like there's stuff everywhere. Once you start doing something, you'll get into the flow of things, but I think starting is the hardest part. Whether that's cleaning, doing work that you need to get done, getting ready for something, like if you just set a timer and start and see what you can get done in 10 minutes, you'll be shocked, number one, at what you can get done in like 10 to 15 minutes. That's how I feel with like cleaning up. It's crazy how my space can just feel like very cluttered. And then once I just like, put these shoes in the closet that I left out, put this dish in the sink that I left out, it only takes like 10 minutes and I just feel so much lighter and like, okay, now I can breathe. How to stay motivated. Again, I wish I had just like a blanket answer for you guys where I was like, this is how I stay motivated. But motivation is going to come and go. I've talked about this many times. I think what you have to rely on in times when your motivation is fleeting is self-discipline, which can be very hard to do. I think a good way to kickstart more motivation or like rely on your self-discipline is to remember why you're doing things. And sometimes it's just easy to kind of lose sight of like your goals or like why you're even doing this stuff in the first place. Even your morning routine should have a purpose. So it's like, if you're just being productive for the sake of like, I should be more productive, it's like, but why? For me, I want to maximize my time every day. So I want to have more free time where I can go play pickleball with my friends and I'm not stressed out about work, and I have time where Leif and I can just sit on the couch and watch a movie for 2 hours and I'm not like thinking about, oh, I didn't get that stuff done. Being able to have that free time and things like that fuel me to be more productive so I can get all my stuff done and then I can just like have my time off. And I think you need reasons for why you're doing things. So even working out, it's like, why are you working out every day? Like, why does that need to be a part of your routine? For me, I just want to be in good health. And if I even want to go further into why I want that, it's like when I get pregnant, I want my body to be as healthy as it can be. I want to practice good health to show my kids that health is important and like taking care of your body is important. I want to be that role model for them. I want to be able to live a long life. So like those are all the reasons why I work out and try and treat my body well, is for all of those reasons. But I feel like sometimes it's easy to forget. It's like, why am I doing this workout routine every morning? Like, if you don't care about it, then it's hard to get up and want to do that every day. And still, I'll have my motivation go away for sure. Like, there are times when I'm like, I do not want to work out at all. But I'm just saying, if you have a deeper reason for the things you're doing, even if you're building a business, sometimes you just have to be reminded of your goals. And even though this is a like materialistic thing, sometimes when I am doing work and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired and I don't want to get this done, or like I just don't have the motivation, I start thinking of my dream home and I'm like, well, if I want to have that dream home, like I have to put in the work. That doesn't come just from sitting around and not doing anything. And I know that's a materialistic thing, but I'm just saying sometimes you have to remind yourself of why you're doing things. Another person asked like how to switch up your routine if it's just feeling boring. It kind of goes back to what I was saying in the beginning about adding things into your life that make you feel a little bit more elevated or just more excited. And I think there are so many things that we can add into our daily routines that are exciting, even if they are, oh, I'm gonna try this new drink recipe in the mornings. Like I'm gonna add this new creamer to my coffee or my chai or whatever. Or like I'm gonna try this new green smoothie recipe. Again, you have to find what works for you and what excites you. Getting new skincare products where it's like, okay, I'm excited to do my morning skincare routine because I just got this new serum that I'm excited to try. I've talked about these before. These are just these glasses from Amazon that I really like and think are super aesthetically pleasing. They make me excited to drink more water. I've been thinking about doing a whole video on like how to live an aesthetic life on a budget. Let me know if you guys are interested in that because we mentioned it in a podcast episode and I just found myself like loving to talk about it. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that kind of video, but basically just like adding little things like this. And again, I know those are all material things. You can add different things in that don't cost a bunch of money. I'm gonna start reading this new book that I've heard really good things about in the morning, or I'm gonna try this new YouTube workout that I've seen people talking about, and just something new. Start adding new things into your routine, or like just things to spice it up here and there, and it will become more exciting. I totally understand feeling just burned out from a routine. I've definitely felt that before where I'm just like, okay, I'm bored. So sometimes you just gotta switch it up, add new stuff in. And I think there's a million different ways you can do that. Last thing I'm gonna talk about is to-do list tips. So I am a list maker. I love lists. I live by my lists. I feel like if I didn't have them, I'd go crazy. I'm someone who has a lot of scattered thoughts throughout the day. And if I don't have a list that I'm kind of going off of, especially for work stuff, I'm just like a basket case. Like I don't know what to do next. I've talked about this before, but I have I have a bunch of different lists in my phone, but these are kind of the main things I do. And currently I just honestly use the Notes app, which you guys can definitely use that. Although I did just find out about a new app that I'm interested in trying. I'm gonna get it on my iPad and my phone, I think, and I'll let you guys know what I think about it soon. So I make one very long list at night. It's kind of a brain dump of sorts. So I will just list everything that's on my mind that I don't want to forget or that I have to do the next morning, the next day at all. I'll just start listing a million things. Here's a little example of like the random things I'll put on. Order lady new food, order that new Sephora product I was gonna order, finish editing my YouTube video, upload my YouTube video, make a thumbnail for it, send my Instagram story in for approval for that brand, tell Beth about this, like something that I have on my mind, approve merch, whatever, for what we said, like brainstorm a what we said episode for next week. Anything that I'm thinking of that I'm like, okay, this week that needs to get done, tomorrow, I don't know. I just have a million thoughts in my head like that, and if I don't write them down, number one, I'm gonna forget it. Number two, I feel like my mind is just crowded, and when I write it down, I feel like it's kind of off my mind and I can like sleep. So I'll make that kind of brain dump, like very long list at night. In the morning, I will usually write down a much smaller list of like 5 to 7 things that are priorities for the day, which are like things I personally need to do. Like, okay, I need to vlog this. I need to record this Instagram story for a brand. These are mostly work things, but I'll make the 5 priorities and I will number them 1 through 5 or 1 through 7 in the order of importance. And you have to be very honest with yourself about the order of importance and not just like, oh, what sounds the easiest to do first or whatever. It needs to be like, okay, no, that's due today. Like I need to do that first. And it feels so good to get those things done first, because if you leave the actual most important thing for the end of your list, kind of throughout the day in the back of your head, you know, oh, I have to like do that annoying thing at the end of the day. It gets to 4 p.m. and you're like, oh, I still have to do that. And you're already feeling drained from the day. So I know it doesn't sound fun, but get the most unappealing thing done or the actual thing of importance done first and just go down that list and I will just check things off. It feels so good. That's how I organize my days. And I feel like that's really simple. Anyone can do it. You can do it on pen and paper, on the Notes app on your phone, however you want to do it. This is a whole other subject and maybe we could do a whole other video about this, but your nighttime routine is also very important because it totally plays into your morning routine. If you have a very chaotic night or you don't have much of a nighttime routine, your morning routine can be definitely thrown off. They say that like the emotion that you go to sleep with is oftentimes the emotion that you wake up with. So if you go to sleep stressed, it's very possible that you're going to wake up stressed. And if you have like a calming nighttime routine, then you will wake up with more peace and just like more recharged. So also with like waking up earlier, people are like, oh, how do I wake up earlier? You need to go to bed earlier. That's obviously common sense, but that's something that I've realized is if I go to bed earlier, it is so much easier for me to wake up earlier. If I'm going to bed at 1 a.m., it's gonna be hard for me to wake up at 6:30 because I'm just not getting enough sleep. You wanna make sure you're well rested. Your nighttime routine is super important too. Let me know if you guys wanna see a nighttime routine video. I can definitely do that as well. But yeah, I think that's about it. Let me know if you guys have any other video requests. Make sure to just leave them in my comments if you ever have any questions or video requests. I always love hearing from you guys. Make sure you are subscribed. I do weekly vlogs, so I kind of take you guys through just my day-to-day life and my weeks, which has been really, really fun. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, here's my handle. If you want to listen to my podcast, here's the podcast handle. It's available anywhere you listen to podcasts. I hope that helped you guys. Make sure to check out the Bare Minerals products that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. They're going to be linked in the description. I think you guys will love them. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.